it's a great opportunity to show something, because it was basically what we're trying to do in our project. So let me share my screen first. Share sound, optimize video clip. Okay, I think this is the okay. So thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. It's my first time. My name is Aviv. I'm a game developer, game creator, and a VR enthusiastic. I also teach here at the Open Uni on university, interaction design. Well, it's weird, I can't see you though. And with me are my colleagues, two of my colleagues that helped with this project. It's Dina Levy, which is an amazing artist, and Erez Mor, which is a brilliant producer. We did this project as part of the master degree program in Shankar College of Engineering, Design and Art. And also I would like to thank here, before we start, Vered Penuli and Renald Guzman, which is here, and who is here, and Asi Borak and Eran Adas, who were the mentors of this project. So they have all the credit here. So not sure what way did that. So our quest begin with oh, let me just it's quiet. Damn it. I'm not used to speak to quiet audience, but also just another short apology. There are going to be some gruesome picture here, so if anyone wants to leave, it's okay. I won't be offended. So our quest begins in a VR course we took, an introductory VR course we took, and we were asked to choose an experience that we want to enact in virtual reality. And we met when we, all three of us, tried to kill ourselves. So we thought about guillotine, and we thought about chopping our heads, electrifying ourselves, or just hanging ourselves from a rope. And we were puzzled by this, because it raises three questions, actually, research questions that we followed later on. That can we actually die in games? Can we do that? Can we try to do that with all the new technology and the immersion that it provides? The second question was, why death is such an important topic in games? Why so many games are about killing and dying? Why do we practice it all the time in games? And I think this is what brought me to write you, because I think it has everything to do with the magic circle of game of games, being able to touch something that we cannot do in real life, and this is what fascinates us in games. And the third question was, why do we want to kill ourselves? Why did we want to kill ourselves? And I believe it's something to do with the course and our mental state at the moment. But so we geared up and we tried to kill ourselves in real person. So we dressed up, we put ourselves inside virtual realities, we created all these sorts of crazy death experiences in a game-like fashion. We shot ourselves, we gave people the ability to shoot each other. We try to experience death in any form that we could invent. Even in a Corona version, we did more realistic, just to see if we can somehow touch something that resembles killing or dying. But we failed. We failed, and we wanted to understand why. So we went back to the source. We went back to Doom. We went back to see how games do it, actually. What role does death takes in games? And we tried a lot of games. We played a lot of games, just focusing on the dying aspects of and the killing aspects, and to see if we understand something, if we can take something out of it. We killed a lot, and we died a lot, and it seemed they all failed. Maybe some didn't, but they all have like a gore. Like they all, game designers try to really create a death experience as to the further they can reach, but eventually I don't think they do it, because something also breaks. They have the gore and the gruesomeness, but they don't have the whole of death. Something is missing in the experience of dying and killing that we wanted to change, to see if we can make it different. So we spoke about it a lot, and we tried to analyze it with again a vast research of different games, from insert coin to much more elaborate story-based games, but it all felt like that games, the dying in games is losing points. It's not like in real life. You don't have the fear. You don't have the all the emotions that stick to that. You don't have the guilt. You don't have the morality. You don't have, and killing is basically losing points, and actually dying is losing points, and killing is like, I don't know, killing a human being is like killing a duck. You don't really sense something else. I think being in this magic circle means that you can experience anything you want, but on the other hand, it is a safe environment. It has no consequences, so you can't get hurt, and you can't hurt anybody. And this dialectical move that you touch it, you touch that, you're ready to kill somebody, and then it disappears. It says it's gone. It's a moment that you believe in something, and then you see it's fake. And I think this is how we move in games, which is great. Yeah, I'm a gamer, so I wouldn't change it in the world. But the magic circle doesn't let us get killed or hurt anybody, and it is great in that sense. But so this is, so we always stuck with that. We also thought, okay, you died now, and please try again. And this is exactly what I mean by you move yourself from the magic circle, and you get back, and you believe for a certain moments, and then you go back. But games actually could break this gap, but I don't think I want to talk about it. So games give us guns, and we shoot, but they also give us a reason. They always have a reasoning for that. They're always making us believe that now we are playing a character, and now we are having this idea of this story to be based on. And what we wanted to check is, does it have to do that? we wanted to isolate the killing experience of games from any other justification or motivation or anything else that games provide. Story, points, success, I don't know. And just focus on the killing act and see if we can create a game that has no rules, has no story, has no reasoning for killing, and see how people will react in this game. So we created the Killem all experience. It's a game experience. It's a VR, a virtual experience that we did together. So we tried by just trying to kill stuff, and killing stuff is basically okay, it's fun, but it's entertaining. But we went a bit further, and we wanted to create a more realistic experience, and we created something that it looks like a rage room. If you know that, if you try that, something that lets you break stuff and kill stuff and all over the place. And then we felt like we can do better. We can erase everything that looks like a rage room and just make it sort of an asylum, a virtual reality experience where everything is actually is not hidden. It's basically here. So we didn't want to allure the player. We wanted to make them realize that they are inside a virtual experiment game, but then we didn't want them to play something else. We didn't want to have an agency. We didn't want to have a character or a backup story. So we took the virtual environment, the metrics, clean environment, and created our experience in this empty, clean environment. So, sorry. And we created small experiences just to see if it works, like shooting this annoying iRobot, Wombat style, and also these watermelons. And we added stuff to that. And basically the game or the experience starts with a small duck, rubber duck, and 2 guns. Nobody tells the player what to do. And they are have this 2 guns on their hands and a duck, and they shoot it. And once they shoot it, things start to appear as virtual entities in the environment. They are actually have the right to shoot them or not, but they all have 1 minute. After 1 minute, the environment looks like this. It's a mayhem for most people. They shoot everything. And this is what we were wondering. Why do they shoot everything? We didn't tell them to shoot, just they have 1 minute, they have 2 guns, and they have stuff appearing, and everybody shoots. So we interviewed them, but before that, after 1 minute, we cleaned the entire environment, and we presented a baby that started walking towards them. And we were wondering how many people will actually shoot the baby. And well, they didn't have to. Some didn't, but some did. And they didn't get anything out of it, but otherwise than the satisfaction of killing a baby. I don't know. So I don't know how much time do I have. I promised I check, but I can show you a short video of that if you want.
You have 10 more minutes, so it's fine.
Oh,
if we skip the questions, so 5 minutes for the talk.
Okay, so I'll show you. Again, it's a 1 minute experience. So and again, if somebody feels like gruesome.
3, 2, 1.
So I will end there. So our research actually was constructed of a questionnaire that we gave our subjects or players to fill, and we really wanted to understand what they felt like when they killed a baby or when they killed a dog, or what was their, why did they actually started to shoot? Because nobody told them to. And it was very interesting. I won't go deep into that, but I will go that about 50 interviews, they all shoot stuff. Nobody didn't shoot, even the most terrified non-gamers out there, they didn't shoot anything. And they all reported they had fun. So something is very fun about just killing without any reward, without any reasoning. And they all actually they 20% actually didn't want to shoot dogs inside this environment. So they did stop themselves from killing, which is, I think, an amazing, because we hardly ever stop ourselves in games, because games again gives us guns and we shoot everything. And 60% about avoided shooting the baby, including gamers that knows it's not a real baby and it's just, and they were intrigued of what will happen if I do. So this was an interesting realization. So something, I believe, penetrated from this. I believe the player to the agent, to the character that played, because somebody told them, stop it, stop playing, get out, or not get out, but just don't go there, which for me is an amazing gap, small crack inside the magic circle. So some final thoughts about and personal thoughts about VR in conclusion. And as a VR enthusiast and a gamer, VR is not merely a new Doom game. It's not just the immersion of that. It's not just more detailed. It's actually a bridge, an interesting bridge between the player and the agent, because as far as the game goes, in VR, the player is actually inside the games, not behind the safety of the mouse and keyboard and screen. There is a new kind of crack. This kind of crack is interesting to further investigate, because you can see it in this game, Pavlov. In players start to make their own games inside the games live there more than we could in traditional games. The hands that do the killing is the player hands. It's not the mouse. I think, and that's my final thought. In some sense, we are back in the neighborhood, back where we started playing, but now we have some real guns and we have some interesting powers that we can play with. I think that's it. Yes. See, thank you. Thank you.